Seriously. How about you?
I'm going to tell his story. Okay?
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
It'll be embellished a little bit.
This Smokey has been flying for many, many, many years. He's an old man. And there's a lady way back when named
Mary Gaffney.
Mary Gaffney. Mary Gaffney was the first aerobatic champion, woman aerobatic champion. Smokey was her pilot. Smokey used to take her pit special and take it to all the shows, and then she would fly in. She also had a Mooney that he flew, and it was her Mooney that he would fly her around.
You didn't tell me all the details.
One time, he's delivering the pits, and he lands on an old military base that a civilian company is using to fix fighter jets, the ones with the tail hooks.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So they always had a cable up on the runway in case these jets, when they land, needed to grab the cable. They couldn't stop. So when Smokey's going to land there, he came in around noon, and the people at the airport had left for lunch, and they had left the cable up about that high. So Smokey is rolling down the runway at a high rate of speed, taxiing very fast, and the next minute he's upside down, sliding backwards down the runway.
Oh, now we know.
That's a
true
story.
That's a true
And my
story.
bent leg doesn't seem half as bad now, does it? Two bent legs don't go for the roof.
Oh,
That's a great story, isn't it?
it is. Thank you for sharing.
Yes, thank you for sharing. Thank you. I need all the evidence. Now I'm in trouble.
You're very humble. You should have told that story.
He's one of the best pilots on the field, if not the best.
Oh my God.
That's cool.
Jesse will let him fly any of his airplanes.
Oh, yeah.
That could
So
That says a lot.
I know just the top one.
That's cool. Thank you.
Okay, I'll tell you a story about when I soloed.
Okay.
I soloed, oh my God, 1988 in Guam. Agani, Guam is where I did my first solo. And did my first takeoff, came back around, it was a towered airport obviously. On the second one, the tower changed the runway. And I never had that happen when I was doing that training part of that, so I had to figure out how to turn it around and start landing on the other runway inside. And that was my solo.
Oh,
But it was interesting. My first cross country was from Guam, Rota, Saipan, and Tinian, and then back.
cool.
So all over the ocean.
Did you grow up there?
No, I was in the service. That's where I started learning how to fly.
Gotcha. Very cool. Thank you.
I flew helicopters in the Army.
Oh.
That was back during Vietnam. And this is a story about getting yourself in trouble real early on and not even know it when you did it. So I joined the Army and went to a helicopter flight school. I thought it would be neat just flying an airplane, you know. And I enjoyed it in flight school. Then they sent me to this place called Vietnam.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And now, after a couple of months, you learn how to fly the airplane real well, but they're shooting at you all. So that's why I was saying, getting yourself in a bad situation and not even knowing how you do it. That's my story.
But you got out because you're here.
Yes. And always remember, you can, what's the old saying? You can never use the altitude above you, the gas you left behind,
The runway behind you.
and the runway behind you. Always remember that. And
Good
the only
advice.
time you can have too much fuel is when you're on fire. Okay? I
Good
warned you
advice.
though.
Very
I don't know
good
what he
advice.
said, but I warned you.
All right.
6 or 7 and it's a stick and you went like this and he's screaming and cursing because when you do this, because JP Cub, he's in the back, you're in the front because you fly from the back, not the front. And I'm a little girl going like this with the stick and my father's trying to reach around and hit me because when you pull the stick this way, the plane went this way. And
Oh my goodness.
but I was only about like 6 or 7.
Oh. Well, that's funny.
No, it's not funny.
Not to him, it wasn't. funny now.
When you went over and bought your Rand's S12, tell us that experience.
It was interesting.
Okay, so you used to fly 172s, right?
152s.
152s. And that's an airplane with the engine in the front and gear here.
It's a normal airplane.
It's a normal airplane. So now he goes over and buys an airplane. It's got the engine in the back.
And it weighs 385 pounds.
Yeah, it weighs almost nothing. So they tell him, they say, you should get some instructions for this. And he goes, no, I got it. I got it.
Famous last words.
Famous
Yeah.
I got it.
So
he
this
takes
is up
it.
in Titusville.
He takes off, and the words that come out of his mouth, and he told me this. Shit, I gotta land this thing.
That's true.
So anyway,
That was when I.
Ronnie and I were sitting at my hangar down here, and all of a sudden we see this airplane coming in, and the wing is almost touching the ground, and it's taxiing down the runway. And we kept looking at it, what in the hell is that?
It's like a sideways tail drive.
And it was him.
I bet
Well,
the landing gear.
A Cessna 150, if you land it, you just pull the power that back, and the weight of it carries it through. Well, this thing that is like a kite. If you take the power off of it,
No, it just does this. And there's no rudder control. Below 35, without the engine on, for the propeller to give it some thrust over the
Yeah,
rudder.
over the wings.
this is his first flight. Okay. He hires me to fix it. I put axles or landing gear on.
Yeah.
He goes and
You're not going to tell the second part, are you?
He goes. I tell him to go up and get a friend of mine up in Sebring to learn how to fly this, because he used to sell these kind of airplanes. So he took him up a couple times, I think it was. Tells him, don't fly it until you get more instruction. What does he do?
I got this.
He says, don't worry, I got it.
Oh, that's so brave.
We're all looking at him. We're at my hangar down here, and he's taking off this way, gets the nose off the ground, and this thing goes phew, like that out into the field, spinning around, dust coming up.
What happened was when I went sideways, I realized there was wires and trees, and I was going to give it the goose and go for it, but then I'm like, you know what, this could end up worse than I already have, so I'll just land in the field. But when I came down, my left wheel, the same landing gear strut, caught the culvert, and it sounded like a 12 gauge going off. Boom! Blew the freaking landing gear and the strut and everything right off the plane.
Is that Tyco? You went at Tyco in Titusville?
No, right here.
Oh, here. Oh.
Flew it twice, bent it twice.
Oh.
Bentley. This is Bentley.
Bentley.
But now I fly it all the
Will
time.
you
and I
ever
have no
forget
issues.
his name?
No, I got it.
I flew it this morning, and I flew it yesterday. I fly it all the time. Now I understand the idiosyncrasies of that airplane. It's okay.
Oh, yeah.
But it was kind of an expensive lesson for two.
Yeah, I guess so.
Names don't rub off very easy either.
No. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, my first solo. So my instructor got out and he signed my paperwork, made me get back on the plane, and I had about 20 CFIs that I didn't know standing out on the ramp watching me do my first solo, and I had no family or friends there, so it was just me. I went up and did my 3 takeoffs and landings. The door popped open on my first attempt at going out, and I obviously flew the pattern, came back and landed, shut the door, and then took off again, finished my other 2, and then came back, they cut my shirt, and I became a student. Or no.
That's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Fun, yeah, no problem.